Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes. I am Jason Bates, and I'm going to bring you the lender side of things for this show. And he is, while he's drinking his coffee there, he is Mr. Stephen Cotton. Just his video there. He's going to bring us the realtor side of things for the show. And then together, here we are together. We hope to not only entertain you, but bring you valuable content that you can actually use when you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, or invest in property. Yeah, actually. Literally, actually.
Right. That you can literally use today.
Yeah, you can literally do it, man. Hey, again, we hope to not only entertain you, if you're new to the show, but also educate you. If you're new to the show, please like our page. We thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the show, first and foremost. But if you're watching us there from Facebook, please like our page. We'd appreciate that support. And share with your friends and family. That's what we did the first 10 minutes of the show. The show's all about real estate and real estate related items. We do this Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Arizona time. So if you're watching the replay, check us out live as well. We appreciate that support there. And I didn't set up, but I should set up the little Facebook interaction deal here.
Yeah, why not?
Right? Why not?
What's the worst that could happen?
The worst that could happen, yeah.
Oh, we know.
We had a doozy last night, right? We couldn't get it together. Yet people could see us and hear us, but we couldn't tell if they could see or hear us. So we had some frustrations there last night.
Well, you know what? We've been doing pretty good on the morning show, so we thought we'd step it up to the prime time. We thought we were ready. We weren't ready. We were not ready.
We should be the 3 a.m.
Yeah, right. Get the people. Oh, you're still awake? Okay, well, let's talk.
Yeah, let's talk. All right, man. Can't sleep? All right. We'll put you to sleep. Hey, we always do a tweet quote of the day, so let's get to it. And then we'll get to the week that was in real estate, or our rants, if you will, for the past week.
Yep.
And then we'll do our feature property of the week. So here we go. Ooh, a little off on the sound there today.
Oh,
A man, that was good by you? Okay, a little off on my end. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. This is I thought this was kind of appropriate for the home buying process. One step at a time, inch by inch, and it's a cinch, right? That's kind of the old saying.
Right. Well, I say this, when you move from a house to another house, I am the man that walks away carrying those small stones for you. Oh, you need help with these pillows? Let me help you move those. So I'm that man. Yeah, the man who helps you move into a house is the man that I carry the small stuff. You got more pans, or do you just want to bring this one in the truck? Yeah.
This box is empty. Okay, you want it inside?
Yeah. I thought you were just going to use it for storage when you get over there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to help you here. Confucius.
Yeah. I'm going to go get the pizza.
Right. Anybody thirsty? Anybody want me to go for a water run? It's hot out here.
It's hot, man. It's blazing.
Yeah,
all right. So, hey, this is the first 10 minutes or so of the show. On Fridays, we kind of reflect on the week that was, maybe have a little rants about some of the things that we kind of encountered throughout the week. Do you want to start us off, or?
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. We can go back and forth. I think we can fill up 22 minutes for the week that this was. But,
yeah,
we talk about it, how there's not a lot of inventory. There's not a lot of inventory out there, less than 2 months worth of supply. So sellers can kind of take away closing costs, or take away, like, hey, we're going to just wait another week and get those closing costs covered by somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes your seller's expectations are so off the grid, or off the atmosphere,
off the mark, yeah,
off the mark, that their expectations can never be met, ever. Like, they can never be met. We had a listing that was very special, very unique listing.
Yes.
Once there was any interest, because it's a very minute buyer group for this property. somebody's interested, they hear that through the grapevine. Oh, what? Somebody's interested? Let's double that price.
Yeah.
Because if we can't sell it for this price, then let's just double it, and because somebody's interested. So that's never been something I've used in my playbook, and I'm probably going to remove that from my playbook. But for the nicer ways of saying, like,
Where's my
and then
sound effects?
they're a little upset with me. Right, right. They're a little upset with me because it didn't sell. They're a little upset with me because I spend money marketing the property at a specific price. Then they change the price on me, and no buyers. But what can you do?
Yeah.
There's no inventory, but still, some people aren't going to be able to sell their houses with the unrealistic expectations. I guess
Yeah.
is the way I'd like to start.
Hashtag unrealistic expectations.
And I'll tell you this, because there's a lot of ways we could talk about this. I think that's probably the nicest way I could have said it, right? That's pretty nice on me.
That's pretty nice, man. Yeah, I see that a lot too. Sellers or buyers, even looking to buy a house, have some unrealistic expectations. They think their offer is much better than everybody else's, or vice versa, kind of thing.
Right.
Payment wise too, people they're accustomed to paying rent at a certain price point, and then you got to add in your taxes, property taxes, insurance, mortgage insurance, right? HOA, those sort of things. So there's some expectations that they think they can buy a certain house at a certain price. And when I say price, I mean monthly payment. And then it doesn't happen. So a little disappointing there. So difficult.
Let's say you're pre-approved, and this is great. We're going to go off this a little bit, then I'm going to let you do your literal, actually moist, whatever the word of the day is that we don't like to hear. We'll let you do your version. But sometimes, let's say I can afford $1,200 a month, right? I afford $1,200 a month for a mortgage payment. I found a house with the taxes, homeowner's insurance, the HOA, the principal, the interest, all for $1,200. I did it. I found a house, and my payments are less than $1,200 a month. Well, next year it's $1,215. Then the year after that, maybe it's $1,245. And then you're like, wait a minute, I wanted $1,200 a month. Well, the reason why the prices go up is because the one part of the whole equation is taxes. The taxes go up.
And insurance, potentially. And insurance.
Yeah, right. If you had any claims or if something happened, right.
Yeah.
But I say that if the mortgage price goes up, that means probably taxes go up, which means you've gained equity in this house. So now you're spending an extra $30 a month, $40 a month. Guess what? You probably made 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K on this property, for these things for inequity. So when you sell the house, you'll regain that $30 a month, that $400 a year, that whatever number. So, if you can afford $1,200 and it gets to $1,300 in 3 years, that's a good thing. That's what I say.
Yeah. And, you don't account for, I get it. Everybody needs a budget. We want everybody to be comfortable in their home purchase. No question about it. We want payments to be comfortable. We want you to be comfortable, but are you ever really comfortable? Right? I don't know.
Right.
If you pay $500 a month, well, then your expenses go somewhere else. Not everybody, but
Right.
so then you come to realize, well, even $700 a month could be more expensive for me, given the money I spent somewhere else. I allocate somewhere else. So it's just a matter of rearranging things. And of course, we want to keep everything in perspective. So I totally agree, but just go into it a little open-minded. You're not necessarily going to get the exact dollar amount that you want for the price that you want and the amenities you want. Things come at a price. Can't have everything. So just have the right expectation there. My rant or my thing is I'm still hung up on people being more or trying to be more than they actually are in the real estate community.
Okay. I know where you're headed with this.
Yeah. I can't get over agents being something they're not. And this is not just on the example we gave on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever it was that we gave that example.
Yeah. Know your role.
But I also see luxury real estate agent. Okay.
Right.
Seriously? Do you have $1 million listing right now? No, you got a $100,000 listing. So are you dealing nothing but high end? No, you're not. And yet you call yourself a luxury real estate agent. Just be an agent. Just be who you are. I reached out to
you go first. I'm done. Right. You reached out. Go ahead. Like when I do this, that means it's your turn.
I reached out to a couple agents this week, and they're like, "Oh no, we're happy. We're happy. Well, my lender can do everything." Okay, yeah. So you're told your lender can do everything.
Yeah.
I look at their numbers, and they've closed like 6 loans in the past year. I think it was a
Right.
year. So it's like, well, you're not really doing that much business anyway. I'm telling you, I can help your business and increase your business, but so
Yeah. So what does their lender do for them that helps them get to that the magical 6 a year transactions?
I did email them saying, "Hey, does your lender? I'm sure your lender doesn't do this," and I spelled it out for them, and they never responded. They never
Right.
responded.
They probably just copy pasted and said, "Hey, can you do this?" And then
Yeah.
it'll right.
Yeah.
The
So just be genuine. Just be genuine, realtors and real estate professionals. Just be genuine.
anytime because we see the neighborhood expert or something like that, I
Hmm.
know that that's a big faux pas for our our realtor Weimar or whatever agency you're in, because if you put specialist or a neighborhood expert, you put yourself a little bit a higher tier than
Hmm.
anybody else that doesn't say I'm a neighborhood expert,
Hmm.
and so you are held at a higher standard or even more liable. So um, if you go to court and this has been the case a couple times where they said, "What says here that you're a neighborhood expert?" Yes. Okay. Can you tell me all about the neighborhood?
And you can't.
What's going on with this neighborhood? Yeah. So they ask you a couple questions about it. You better be an expert in that neighborhood to be a
Hmm.
neighborhood expert.
Right.
To wear that hat.
Absolutely. Now there are a few agents who are neighborhood experts, and I
Yeah.
can
God bless them.
I can tell you 2 agents I know. They don't say that on their title, but
Right.
it's known that they're the neighborhood expert because when you talk to them, they can. I mean, one of them I've driven through the neighborhood with him in his car, and he's like, "Yeah, I sold this house over here, and I know this house, and they did an addition over here." I mean, he knew everything about every single house in that neighborhood
Yeah.
because he's sold the vast majority of that neighborhood. So there are local experts, but they generally don't need to flaunt it because everybody knows that they're the neighborhood expert.
Right. It's like the E.F. Hutton thing we kind of talked about.
Yeah.
My investor is E.F. Hutton, and he says, but what does he say? The I do, and I have some friends that are realtors that know all the floor plans for the community. They know when the stuff was built and the different
Hmm.
phases for the communities. And kudos to them. They're great at it. But the issue comes when somebody puts something on their bumper sticker or their magnet that says, new home build specialist, like,
Yeah.
or these. And so I think that's what your rant is, like
Yeah.
maybe but sometimes they call it fake it until you make it. But I think if you're going to fake it, don't tell somebody or something.
Loan
Like,
officers do the same thing, right? I've seen loan officers who are, a year in the business and all of a sudden they're a senior loan officer. It's like, really? Senior to who?
well, the person they just hired below them, or the new hire that's 2 months
Oh
away from
man.
becoming a senior.
Yeah, it's like, man, I just whatever. I'm a big believer. Just be who you are. Don't try to be something you're not. It really shows. And when people find it out, they're 9 times out of 10 disappointed. So that's
The
all.
what I would say to add to this is be who you are, and then people that want to work with you will work with you. Like the
Exactly.
people, when you're honest to yourself and who you are, then you get up in the morning, and the people that choose to work with you are the people that want to see you succeed and want you to help them succeed. So whenever I have a new agent, and I'll tell you this, this is good for the show. And I don't, if we don't get to the feature Friday, all part of it. If it's only like 5 photos, that's fine. But um, I tell people to write 3 words that best describes you or that you want to be known as. Just pick out 3 words. And you don't know this, Jason, but so this is on the spot. What 3 words would you like people to know or think about when they think of Jason Bates?
Um, Loyal,
Loyal, good,
um, courageous,
courageous. Wow.
and this is kind of a couple willing to take a risk.
Okay. Okay, so willing to take a risk for somebody, or
Yeah,
willing to take a risk for. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So. Okay. So. Loyal,
Hmm.
courageous, willing to
Hmm.
take a risk. So. So I would tell people like, so the new agents is what I'd say. Whenever you have an email, you have a little signature at the bottom. So at
Hmm.
the bottom of your name, it'd say, senior loan branch manager, right?
Hmm.
Jason Bates.
Hmm.
And then it would say loyal, courageous, and willing to take a risk, right below your name. That way it's out there for every email that you write.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So now it's a
Yeah.
signature out there. So people start correlating that for you or with you. And it's who you are and it's who you intend to be. So when somebody asks you about it, that you're living the mantra that you have for those three topics, right?
Yeah.
And when you do that, then other people that might connect to those words will connect with you subconsciously, or like they'll read it like, oh yeah, good, this guy's willing to take a risk on me.
Hmm.
You know, let's give this guy a shot, right? Or this guy's loyal. I like that in a characteristic. Um, so that's good, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and so that's how you kind of create your own sphere or your own business by people that connect with you on a different level too.
Yeah. I like
Is
it.
that good?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Just I preach
Okay,
that to
good.
my children, to my kids all the time. Hey, just be who you are. And sometimes marketing and some of the things that we get into to let people
Yeah,
know who we are, we tend to over exaggerate some things, almost like a caricature kind of thing. And
right.
it's easy to fall into that trap. I totally get it, but try to refrain from that. Just be real. And I've always
So
said, people do business with people they like, know and trust,
I do.
right?
I do a lot of different things, right, Jason? I do investments, I do flips, I do buy and holds, I tax notes, tax liens, non-performing notes. Um, I do it all. Am I an expert at all of these things? I know enough to get you guys started, right? I know
Hmm.
enough on a lot of stuff, and in some situations, I know that this is a bad investment, or this is the hurdles you're going to have through my
Hmm.
experience. But I don't say that, hey, I'm a tax lien expert or a non-performing notes guru.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so when people ask me like, "What do you do?" Well, I do all types of investing stuff. And oh, I'm interested in that. Well, let's talk about that more then. Let's explore that together because I
Right.
know it. And here's what you need to do. Here's my experience with it. But your rant or your we call it a rant, but your reflection is there's too many people out there pretending to understand things that they don't understand. So they actually look a little silly because we were talking specifically this week about somebody that told us that when the Federal Reserve rates go up, then automatically interest rates go down. That was remember that was the whole thing that set this thing off, right? That's what I'm
I
saying.
just want to beat
I mean,
my head against the wall. It's like, oh God, what are you doing? And
because they're an expert, we believe them,
yeah, yeah,
or do we? Or because we're an experts, we say, okay, well, that's not true.
that's not true. Not
But
true.
for the consumers out there that say, wait a minute, so that's true. Federal Reserve goes up, everything else goes down. That's awesome.
Well, and that's the temptation, right? That's the temptation of being somebody you're not because they don't know that you're not an expert. You can put this title in front of your name, and for somebody who's just met you, they don't know unless they do some research and do some
Right.
things to kind of vetting, if you will. But a lot of people don't do that, unfortunately, which gets you into trouble. So I think there is that temptation from the real estate community to be something that you're not, and don't do it. Just don't do it. Within the community, I lost respect. I lose respect for that person. And there's a lot of things within our community. We all kind of know each other. We all kind of run into each other. I mean, the
Right.
real estate
We
community is
see
a
the
small
same names.
community. Yeah, we see the same names. So don't do that. Just don't do that. It's not
Don't be that guy.
not very becoming of somebody. Well, we've only got about 2 minutes left, so I don't know if we're going to do any of the feature Friday.
Right. It's all right. Listen, we have
Whoops.
I have a listing. Right. It's all right because I want to get this out there because I have a listing, and that would make our wacky Wednesday would literally make this whole show with all the photos that we took. I pay good money for photographers, so the the quality of the photo is great. The quality of the photo is top notch. You can't beat the quality of the photo. The issue is everything that's in the picture. Like, when you take great photos, you can't hide the truth, right? But so
when you showed me these photos, Stefan, I was thinking, oh God, do I really say how I feel?
right? No, listen, we were upset. In fact, Rosanna, my director of operations over here, she's like, you cannot put your name on these photos. So our listing on it has like 6 of those, like 29. I pay for 29 photos, right? 6 of them are on the listing. I picked out 6 that kind of tell the story of the house. But I'm excited. We have an offer on it. We threw a counter, so if it locked up, then maybe after it closes, I can show you the photos that didn't make the MLS. But,
now, in all fairness, this is a house that has a renter in it, and so the renter doesn't care about how clean it is or how it shows. They could care less. That's how renters are, right?
Well, you can see that they tried to clean, though. I mean, I'm so excited about it.
Really?
Well, there's a garbage can. Look at, there's a mop bucket. I'm trying.
With like 2-week-old dirty water in it, and the fingerprints on the whatever. I'm not going to get.
Yeah, we'll get over it when we get over it. This will be wacky Wednesday. We make fun of everybody else's photos next week or the week after. We'll make fun of mine.
Yeah, we'll make fun of Stefan's there. All right. Well, hey, everyone. Thanks for staying with us here. I know we kind of went on a little bit of a rant there. But, hey, that's what's out there. So I guess the moral of the story for today, do some vetting. Do some vetting on your loan officer. Do some vetting on your realtor. Ask for referrals. Truly find out if they're an expert in their field. And if they are, fantastic. Do business with them. If they're not, consider getting with an expert like us. Right? Like us. Right. We're willing to put it out there. We're on Facebook Live daily, putting it out there. Not everybody's doing that. So we'd appreciate if you head over to our Facebook page, please like our page. We'd appreciate that support. Tell your friends and family if they're looking to buy, sell, refinance, or invest in property. We'd love to be their team of choice or your team of choice. So reach out to us. With that, we're going to wrap it up because we're out of time. But everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday for the top newsmakers of the week. All right. Take care.